Stu has ordered the Kitty Carnival, an elaborate theme park playset for Tommy. Unfortunately, it has to be assembled, though Stu feels he can manage it, as he's a professional toy maker. However, once Stu looks at the complex instructions and the many parts to assemble, he begins to feel discouraged before it even starts. Tommy, bored from waiting for Stu to finish, climbs into the box and all the parts came out of. Tommy imagines the box is a race car and zooms around the track until Dee Dee finds Tommy in the box. Dee Dee plucks him out and Stu takes the box down to the trash cans at the curb. This causes Tommy to cry. Chaz happens to walk along as Stu is throwing out the box and comments that he knows someone else who bought a kitty carnival for their kids a few months ago. When Stu asks him to manage it, Chaz says it was still uncompleted at last he heard, which further discourages Stu. When Stu heads back inside, Chaz looks closely at the discarded box and decides he can use it, so he takes it home and sets it in the living room. Chuckie discovers the box and crawls inside. He imagines it as a spaceship where he travels the galaxy, meets familiar aliens, and is almost eaten by a bad alien. At that moment, the box is pulled away from Chuckie. Chaz apologizes and explains he needs the box, then loads it up with used exercise equipment that he takes to DeVille's house. Betty dumps out the equipment and leaves the box in the living room with the twins. Phil declares the box to be a house, while Lil says it's a dark, scary cave. To argue before they decide it's a house and a cave. Phil lounges next to a bear, but when Lil tells him to get away from the bear, he claims it's a couch and the two fight. Betty separates the fighting twins and invites Chaz to go with her and Howard while they donate the exercise equipment. But Chaz declines and explains that Chuckie's babysitter has to go home at 5. Betty insists and tells Chaz that he can drop off Chuckie at the Pickles house with Phil and Lil. Chaz doesn't think it's a good idea, saying that they rely on Dee Dee and Stu too much. Betty insists it's fine, and after the box is deposited by the curb again, Chuckie and the twins are taken to the Pickles house. It's revealed that Stu is having a very difficult time assembling the kitty carnival, accidentally breaks apart when the doorbell rings. Dee Dee nicely welcomes the babies with open arms, but Stu is aggravated and disgruntled when watching them due to his difficulties assembling the kitty carnival. Dee Dee takes him outside, where a sleeping Lou is watching Tommy and Angelica. Angelica has almost convinced Tommy to smash her grandpa's foot with a hammer. The arrival of his friends distracts them. Tommy tells him about his race car that his mom took away, prompting Chuckie to talk about the spaceship Chaz took away. The twins mention their house cave as well. Angelica isn't interested and demands proof for these things which they don't have. Stu, meanwhile, has fetched the box to check for a spare part, even though Dee Dee insists it was empty when she gave it to him to throw out, and complains about how he found it in front of the DeVille's house. Stu is angry that they stole his box, but Dee Dee reminds him he threw it out, and that it was indeed empty. Dee Dee deposits the box in the backyard where Tommy is happy to see his race car, Chuckie his spaceship, and the twins their house cave. Angelica says it's just a box and tries to take it away from the babies. Dee Dee witnesses this from the house and brings a highly discouraged Stu over to watch the kids playing. Stu recalls a shoebox he turned into a submarine until Drew stepped on it when he was young and comes up with an idea. In the backyard, Tommy, Chuckie, Phil, and Lil all tug on the box at once and take it away from Angelica, but the box rips. Tommy and the twins begin to cry, and Angelica tells them it was just a dumb box. Chuckie picks up a piece of ripped box and imagines he has wings and soars through the sky. Tommy picks up a second piece and imagines it to be an exotic mask and dances by a jungle campfire. Then the twins pick up their own pieces and now have swords to use in a sword fight with each other. Angelica takes away all their box pieces, stamps on them, and shrieks, "You dumb babies! Stop having fun! It's just a stupid box!" Dee Dee catches her doing this, and Angelica lies, saying the babies made her do it. Stu, however, ignores her and invites them all inside. This is a big surprise for them. Angelica exclaims he's finished the kitty carnival and runs inside shouting, "Me first! Me first!" but is shocked when she enters the house while the babies are delighted. Later, Chaz, Betty, and Howard return to Dee Dee and Stu's, find the disassembled kitty carnival in the trash. However, Howard notes that the babies seem to be taking the news well, judging by the laughter and excitement from inside. When Stu answers the door, he cheerfully greets him and invites him to grab a box. His surprise, it turns out, is many empty boxes that Stu normally ships the toys he invents in. The babies are having a wonderful time with all the boxes, but Angelica sits alone, saying she just doesn't get it. The box is tossed on top of her,